think we're going to be a small group today, which is great. Part of what I want to do is whatever questions anybody has, get those recorded and get the Blockbuster descriptions recorded so that we can make this available to people who can't attend today.
Jane, I wanted to listen in on Thursday and couldn't, so that's kind of why I'm here. I don't know if it's appropriate. I don't know what we're doing as far as at night or anything, but I just thought there might be information I could gather. So
that's great. And Thursday's webinar, which I thought was really good. It was recorded and they're just editing some parts and it'll be up on the website probably. I'm not sure, Kathleen, do you think we don't know, next week probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Let's do some introductions. So yeah, Brayton, you're on my top left, so go ahead.
Hi, I'm Brayton. I like long walks on the beach and directing the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus. And I am producing the band Blockbuster concert, which is on Saturday, July 13th. Is that the date?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's me.
Great. And Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan. I direct Indianapolis Women's Chorus. I hear you are in Dayton, Kathy. So
yes.
I'm glad to meet another regional director.
Absolutely.
I'm the producer for the Climate Blockbuster, which we're calling The Piece of Wild Things. And that's on Thursday.
And Kathleen.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Hansen. I am the artistic director of the San Diego Women's Chorus, and I will be producing the Legacy concert, which I had to look up because y'all memorized when your concerts were, but apparently mine is Thursday night. Is that right? Do I have the chart right?
You got it right. You got it right. And Kathy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Kathy Clark. I'm the artistic director of Dayton Gay Men's Chorus. And I, to be honest, I don't know what we're doing. I know we want to apply or whatever it is to perform. I think the last time we went in Denver, we did the 30-minute thing or whatever that was. So, and by the way, I don't know if you guys know, Jane, I think you do, you know, Fred Poland, our founder, he just had open heart surgery.
Oh, wow.
So that's why we're going to catch up, but that's why things are a little bit behind. But I just texted with him. He's home from the hospital and he's doing great. So hopefully we'll figure that all out. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, our little info session today, it'll be short, and we mostly wanted to give a chance to talk about Blockbusters at the Gala Festival because we have a lot of new artistic directors and artistic directors who have never actually participated in a Blockbuster. So I'm going to give you a little 1-minute history, and that is that 12 or more years ago, Gala Festival was a series of workshops, but then also just concerts, 30-minute concert blocks from morning till night. And in 2012, or before 2012, we got a group of people together and did a revisioning of how could festival be different and more unique than just block of concerts. And one of the ideas that emerged was to do these coffee concerts, which will happen in the morning. So those have already been selected. They're longer, sort of adjudicated concerts. And then in the evening, to not do regular concert blocks, but instead to have two themed concerts that happen in two different halls, and they're staggered. And these themed concerts really give choirs a chance to come onto stage and perform one or two songs, sometimes in collaboration with another chorus. I know one Blockbuster concert in 2016, my then chorus in Minnesota got to do two songs with a chorus from Beijing. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience to do that kind of collaboration. So we have 5 conductors who are going to be kind of in and out of today's meeting. And I invited them to talk about what they envision for their Blockbuster, what kinds of songs they're looking for, to give you as artistic directors some inspiration about what you might pick and choose. I think it's okay with these artistic directors also for you to contact them and say, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? If you have a number of songs you might want to submit. So know also that if you are submitting to participate in a Blockbuster, it's not a done deal that you're going to get in. because these directors are going to choose from a whole bunch of submissions and choose the kinds of songs and a variety of choirs that really fit well with their programming and give a nice diversity of choirs and faces up on stage. So your commitment as an artistic director, if you are selected for a Blockbuster, is then to also participate. There may be some rehearsals or one rehearsal, but for sure there will be a tech rehearsal. So that will be a time for your chorus to come on stage, sing your song, figure out where you're moving, if there are visuals to work on all those kinds of things with your chorus and with a collaborating chorus if you're doing that. Okay, I think we're gonna start, and maybe just for the heck of it, Megan, can we start with you, because you have one of the earlier Blockbusters. So say your name again and just describe describe what you're looking for.
Sure. So I'm Megan Johnson. I direct Indianapolis Women's Chorus, and I am producing the climate blockbuster called The Peace of Wild Things. And as you read in the description on the Gala Festival website, we are highlighting the work to counter climate change. And we are also asking for hope, right? This is an opportunity for all of us to share music that grounds us in what's really happening right now in terms of the realities of climate change, but also opens us to the possibilities of what could happen if we work together, if we get things going in the right direction, and then inspires hope and activism. So yes, so that's the Blockbuster description right there. And sorry, I need to get back to my notes. So we are looking for songs of awe and wonder, protest music, powerful texts about climate activism, anything that's going to motivate us in this work. So some ideas of repertoire that we've been thinking about, just to throw some different things out there. The Pods arrangement of The Times They Are Changin' by Bob Dylan, Water Fountain by the Tune Yards, Fire by Katerina Gimmon, Blessed Be the Living Tree by Melanie DeMore. So it can be anything that is sort of calling our attention to any aspect of this. But I want to read you a quote. So one thing that we've done that we're still working on is we've polled the youth in our Gala youth choruses. If you know some youth who would like to take a survey, I want to send you a survey link because we are still gathering responses. But one of the questions, in addition to asking them what climate issues are most important to them, we ask them what they would like adults to know about their feelings about climate change and what they need us to do. And one of the youth who answered gave this beautiful answer. They said, adults need to have hope before we do. Some of us trust the way you all see the world and what you expect from the future, and how you speak and the choices you make, it doesn't look hopeful. So I want, now that I've heard this response from this youth singer, I want to show them, no, really, there is a lot that we can do. And so if you have something special that you don't know where else it goes, for example, maybe you have a really cool featured soloist or spoken word piece that is kind of on this theme. We are thinking singing bowls. We are thinking puppets. We are thinking integrated multimodal opportunities, film, digital engagement. We even hope to have some seeds that you can take home and plant in your own ground where you live. And I guess, yeah, so we're still investigating whether we can get a lot of youth on stage just based on the rehearsal schedule. But really what we hope is that everyone will leave this concert feeling more connected to the earth, because if you care about something, you want to save it, more connected to each other, and more connected to the work that we have ahead of us. So if it's okay, I'll drop this Google form link in the chat, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Great. I think, if it's okay, let's do the introductions and then have people ask questions. That's great. Oh, that's the survey. Good. And Megan, I can put that on the website too.
Great. I know
Yeah.
Paul is having an online rehearsal with his chorus today, and he is forcing them to answer it. So
That's great.
so we'll get some answers soon. But anyone
Okay.
you know, we'd love to have their voice.
Okay, cool. Brayton, you want to go next? Brayton's concert is at the end of the week or close to the end of the week.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Brayton, and I am sorry, I just asked me about AI for some reason on there. I don't Zoom's, I'm really bad at technology. Anyways, okay, so I am directing the band or producing the band concert, and band is BANNED. And so the whole premise of this concert is to think about all the things that have been essentially are being banned by legislature. So thinking about books that are being banned, or thinking about the states that are trying to ban drag performances, or the states that are trying to ban our trans members from playing sports, or banning religion of some sort. So there's a lot of different things to play with this. Also, you know, banning women to have the right of their own body and their choice. So all of that will go in there together, and I'm very open to anything that will be banned. My thought is that we will be for every type of ban legislation or banning that we're going to put on, we're going to show what that legislature code is, or where they're banning it, or maybe a news article so that people are aware. So like in Florida, they banned a Betty White kids book at one point. So, you know, that could influence, maybe you're doing a song that talks about Betty White, or, you know, or maybe Golden Girls or something like that, or right? Or maybe you're doing a song, I Am What I Am, which is all about drag. And, you know, we'll reference all the states that are banning that. And then we have the Kathy Roma Commission, which is about disenfranchised voters and all of that. And so we are going to also work on getting, we're going to have a QR code so that it can link directly to where everybody can go to sign up to vote or get the paperwork to vote for their state. And then we're also going to try to partner with the Minneapolis Public Library about getting some books that are banned in the lobby, and then also links to that as well so that people can go and buy the books. So we're going to do tons of stuff like that. We're very open to it. I'm open to anything. So if there are questions, let me know, and then we'll see if we can work it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Brayton. Kathleen, go for it.
So legacy, very simply put, is an exploration of our legacy through song. And by our legacy, that is, I think the word "our" is what's fairly expansive here. Because
It's a little hard to hear you for some reason.
Hard to hear me?
Yeah, I've never
That's
experienced that
weird.
before.
I haven't changed anything since last time we talked.
Oh, maybe it's
Can I
just me.
just speak
Go ahead.
louder?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can y'all hear me reasonably?
No. Yep.
Weird. Okay. So an exploration of our legacy through song. And by our legacy, we both mean like the greater LGBTQ community and gala choruses, which has a lot of kind of sub umbrellas as well. So kind of how we approach storytelling through song. We have a kind of nucleus of a few commissioned works that are going to be presented on the show. Not necessarily in full, but like a few movements of the Baird Rustin and one that was supposed to happen in 2020, which is called Lifting as We Climb. And then some other movements from some big works that have been commissioned through gala choruses and or tell important stories to us. So a lot of the ones that we've already programmed tend to be a little bit more on the serious side. So we want to make sure that we're weaving in some things that are a little bit lighter. So in particular, we're looking for some ensembles, maybe some smaller groups that can kind of weave on and off the stage logistically a little bit more easily, because some of these big ones are going to be large groups. So things that are celebratory. We'd love to just invite queer joy on stage, and so that we have the big, deep, important things, and we have the fun, joyful things, and they are all coexisting in an also and sort of way that represent our choruses, people who have been important to our choral movement, as well as the greater community.
That's great. Thank you. I am going to describe a Blockbuster here. Let's see if I can talk and share my screen. So Robert Glore is coordinating a Blockbuster called Light the Fire, Share the Torch. And he is putting together choirs that are songs and poetry that explores the various generations of queer people and queer communities. And he had this idea to start the concert with actually a riot. So, which is at least one part of our history. So the concert is going to start with the riot scene from Quiet No More, the Stonewall 50th anniversary. Our youth chorus is going to perform there. We have a elders chorus, and those two choruses are actually going to do a song together as well. So Robert is looking for any kind of songs that celebrate multi-generational communities. So particularly, conversations between young and older people, or songs that reflect on parts of history or moments in time that are significant for people of various organizations. I think it's going to be really super fun and upbeat. If you have songs particularly that address, I don't need to keep that up. If you have songs that address particular issues that elders deal with, queer elders or queer youth, I know Robert is particularly looking for those kinds of songs as well. I think Anthony might join us in a few minutes. So actually, what questions do you have for anybody in the room?
So Jane, since we have so many new folks, and I know we've talked about this other places, but can we just take a second to mention that when choruses sign up, they get a 30-minute block. So anything that's a Blockbuster, anything that's invited is going to be in addition to that. And the ensembles, all similarly, once they sign up, they get a 15-minute slot.
Yeah.
So this isn't an either or in this particular case, unlike coffee concerts, which when people apply to do that, they would do that instead of their regular block.
Perfect. Yes. What other details like that am I not thinking of because they're, ingrained in my head? Do you think of other things?
Well, I was just thinking that there is the option to do more technical things during lighting and stuff like that during the Blockbuster. If you're Blockbuster, if you tell your Blockbuster producer, so they can actually do a cue to cue with the theater staff, whereas during your 30-minute or 15-minute sets, you really are on stage and off stage.
Yeah, that's great.
And the other side of participating in a Blockbuster doing something extra is that there are going to be additional rehearsals. There's going to be tech. There's going to be, if you're collaborating with another group, time to get together and work that stuff musically. And then we also just need to be very aware of what that's going to mean as far as arrival dates. We would love it if everybody came early and stayed for the whole time. But we also know that with everybody's work schedules, that's not always the case for everyone. So we just want to make sure that people who are participating are very aware of those time commitments, which can be very rewarding, but also can be very busy.
Good. So true. So true. And in general, one of the reasons I put dates on these coffee concerts this early is so that choirs could make that kind of estimation in terms of when they expect to be at festival, how many singers they'll have when. Typically, the tech rehearsal will be either the day before or sometimes 2 days before. But I think we've managed to get most tech rehearsals just the day before. So that may help with scheduling.
Yeah, which for people performing on a Thursday Blockbuster means arriving on Wednesday,
That's right.
before the start of the festival. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, there's going to be a lot happening on Wednesday. A lot of this is opening day, but a lot of the festival choirs are going to be rehearsing throughout the day. Tech rehearsals start. The ensemble festival starts. They're going to be at PV Plaza, is this open air plaza right outside of Orchestra Hall. And there will be local bands and groups playing on that stage and in that area pretty much from noon up until the opening. So it'll be a fun day for people to come and hang out, food trucks, all that kind of thing.
So this is probably an obvious question, but I have to ask it. So is it possible to do both a 30-minute and participate in a legacy? Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
So yes, every chorus that's coming that has registered will get automatically a 30-minute concert block or a
Okay.
50-minute concert block. These performances are in addition to that.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of what Kathleen was describing, but
Yeah.
that's a good reminder that we need to say that over and over. Yeah. Yeah.
So if a choir was interested in performing in a legacy, we need to go to that link or that whatever and apply and follow whatever the protocol is that you're asking for, that sort
Oh
of
my
thing.
gosh, what a perfect segue. All right. So if you go to the Gala website and type Blockbuster into the search, which is over here, you'll come to this Blockbuster concert page. And it lists every concert and the date that it's happening. Oops, I have a typo to fix here. Concert and the date that it's happening. And then you click on this Blockbuster theme requests. And that takes you to, okay, did my page switch? Can you see this one now that says Rock Blockbusters? Awesome. So that link takes you here and it tells you exactly how you submit. So read through the Blockbuster descriptions, they're below.
Okay.
Submit your song proposals no later than Monday, November 6th. So that's about 3 weeks from now. You can submit songs for up to 2 Blockbuster concerts, but each chorus will only be selected for one. It's just too much to have choruses involved in multiple Blockbusters.
Yeah.
And we really encourage choirs to collaborate and perform with another choir if that makes sense and if you want to. So then what happens is the Blockbuster artistic directors will review all the submissions. They may be fighting over some, I don't know, and contact choirs by early December. We'll try to have those in place.
So that's due, Jane, by November something?
November 6th.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this is, I'll say this again, but submitting songs doesn't guarantee a performance slot.
Right.
We'll, the directors are going to pick choirs and pick songs depending on how they need to program their Blockbuster. And the idea is if you're selected, you arrive at festival having your song performance ready. And this is what we talked about before, plan to arrive at least a day before the scheduled Blockbuster. Yeah. And then, for example, if you're interested in submitting a song, in this case for Kathleen's Legacy Blockbuster, here's a description of what Kathleen's looking for, and then you click on Submit Songs. And it's just a simple Google form where you put in your name and your information, and then there will be a place to link an actual copy of the score so that she can see the score, some kind of video or recording, and send it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. I'm going to intro one more Blockbuster. Where's my, okay. And this one is Anthony's Blockbuster. I mean, it's all of our Blockbusters, but this one is called Harmonies of the Sphere. And Anthony Cabrera, who is the assistant director at Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida, is programming and directing this one. He is pulling together music of our global community. So music from across the world. Our international choruses will participate in this particular Blockbuster. And if you are a chorus that has programmed and want to perform a song from the global community or the global majority, you are welcome and encouraged to submit those particular songs. So Anthony says, songs that express cultural identities of various regions, songs that speak to cultural roots of our particular choruses, authentic regional sounds. Yeah. And again, there's a separate link for each of these Blockbusters to submit your suggestions and ideas.
Megan, this may also be obvious. You're an SSA choir, is that correct?
So my chorus that I direct in Indianapolis is, but these Blockbusters are open to choruses of
Got
all
it.
voicings.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's another important thing that I guess we didn't mention in our description is we're looking for,
All
SATB,
voicings.
SSA, TTB, youth, whatever. Jane, I had a question.
Yeah.
What if a chorus wants to participate in a particular Blockbuster, but they can't think of a song? Is there a way for
Oh.
them to say, we are willing to learn a song, please give us one, if there are some holes in the program? That's something I was just thinking about.
I love this idea. I'm making notes of things to add to this application process. I think that's great.
Cool.
So, yes, we'll just make a space on that form where they can either contact you or
Mhm.
just describe the kind of, which Blockbuster they would be
Yeah,
interested
because
in.
I would love to
Yeah.
have a choir who says, we love your theme. Here's an example of us performing a different song, so you know what our kind of usual capabilities are. That'd be great.
Love
I
that.
think similarly, and I did not memorize that form as it was in front of me, so I'm sorry if it's already there. People who may be looking to collaborate. So like, hey, my whole course isn't coming. I've got this many people, would love to partner up with another group. Similarly.
We're already sort of doing that with Cincinnati, or we've been in talks with them to do that.
So you're talking about, in this case, a group that hasn't formed their own collaboration, but they're open to or looking for other choirs. Okay, great.
Yes. I think especially with how many new folks we have who might not even know who to reach out to and ask.
Yeah.
We can help with that a little bit.
That's great. Love it. Love these ideas. Good. Any other questions or suggestions?
I would just say that I think that in the Blockbuster application, not only are you looking for good content, but if there are like strong ideas about the performance that are unique. So, we have to move a lot of different choruses on and off for this, and we want as many people. So if there is a way for you have a group that maybe they would do something really well in the balcony that could happen, or something along those lines. Those are ideas that we would love to hear to put in those applications.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, balcony, aisles. We want to just use all areas of these auditoriums because it'll be super fun. Especially Central Lutheran Church has some beautiful side balconies. Orchestral Hall has boxes. The Minneapolis Convention Center stage has really nice accessible aisles. It's perfect for singing in the round or singing in a group. Yeah, great. Thanks, Brayton.
Also, the convention center, this will never happen, but I would really love if we could just open one of those side seating things in the back and just a chorus just comes out of the wing.
It would be fun. Brayton's referring to these really cool spinning seat things in the, it would be like, no, whatever. Never mind.
All of a sudden you have,
But it would be against all of the laws.
Yes, all safety codes just out.
Codes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for being a part of this. We will put this into a video and get it out to everybody else. And I appreciate you all joining us today.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Everybody.
Thanks,
Good to
Jane.
see
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.